I'm Carmiel Banasky. I just want to say thank you, Nathan and Colin, and my classmates, and thank you, Chris. I put together a couple excerpts from my novel, or the bigger thing, and this starts in a residential neighborhood in the Bronx, and the speaker is a schizophrenic young man who is visiting an art installation by his old girlfriend who he hasn't seen in a year. Around the manicured lawn, barbed wire runs chest level along X-shaped cross beams. There's a sign sticking up from the grass. It reads, "Danger, live minefield, keep out." To the left is a large conical hole. There's dirt dotting the grass caused by an explosion. I squint at the edges. The whole trim of the house is made up of words. I can just make out the microscopic negative space between the letters, tiny green inscriptions that hold some inviolable meaning that no one will ever get close enough to read. It's just like her, to give someone something if only they are willing to die for it, the cruel irony, the unreadable word. The sun is resting on the roof, slightly obscured by the thin summer smog that hangs around the day like laundry. I'm in the wilderness and I am the wilderness. I feel like I could find an arrowhead here and a million histories never recorded. If I lay down my body, I'll become another generation covering up the last, bulldozing over the blackened spoons and dog toys of yesterday. I take a deep breath and shove my hands in my pockets. I look at the other houses around this house. They're all the same, white with color trim, blue or red, and wordless. They all have green-yellow lawns and stone paths, hedges instead of barbed wire. She demands that we see the street-wide, sky-high frame of this landscape painting, that our eyes meet with the 3 dimensions, but that in our fear we back out and our minds place us in the moment of the museum of the world. As if the projects 10 blocks away were part of the installation, or the Jewish kids with their side curls. She can't scare me with her weapons. I don't have to have a reason to still love Nicolette, but the reason I love her is that she puts the secret on the outside. Everything she makes is the secret itself. I inch toward the grass, just a little bit. The barbed wire glistens. I listen to the summer heat buzzing in the wings of insects, and I hear footsteps reverberating in the wings, and I stare at the words that will never be mine unless I move now. I have to move now, and my feet begin to sweat and burn, standing there so long on the hot pavement, shifting from one foot to the other. I start to feel real wild and hot inside, like my body is picking a fight with me, and I look up and down the street, and something is coming or has already come, and I edge closer to the house. Am I not afraid to die? Or do I need her words that badly? Would I risk my life for them? Or would I risk knowing there are no landmines at all? Someone laughs, and then I turn and run. When I get to my Chinatown apartment, it's thick into dusk and I have mail. I take my little stack from the entranceway mailbox and go out to the stoop. I feel scattered. Tachi is out with his remote-controlled car. The balding Chinese man in a dirty smock is never without it. I don't know his real name, so I gave him one, Tachi. His little car bounces over the cobblestones, digs into the dips, and comes up soaring, louder than any real car, piercing and monotone. But the humidity drowns it out. The weight of the air is deafening. It'll rain soon. There's no way around it. A hot summer rain. I sit on the steps and watch a girl shaded in the front seat of a parked car. I think she's crying, her head bobbing that way. The shadow of the sidewalk tree dances on her little face in a hot breeze. No, a reflection that looks like a shadow. I'm afraid she'll be swallowed by it. All the overweight men stand in front of their shop fronts, hands on their bellies. I can no longer see Tachi, who rounded a corner, but his car is bounding toward me down Eldridge, like a motorboat on choppy waves. Then it backs up and heads towards Allen. Allen is a big street, and this little monster truck the size of a human head could easily be crushed, but somehow it always prevails. Somehow. Sometimes I'm the only living man. The weather is on and I'm feeling fried. Everything is in its place, laced in place. Old Tachi outside, driving his car, and the vendors all talk no sale, their coats blazing in the wind, hanging from the top of their open storefronts. And there are cars, but they aren't driving. The girl crying in the front seat of one, and a kid standing by the door of another, waiting for someone, but they aren't coming. Hey, I want to say to him, hey, get out of there, they ain't coming. No one's coming, no one's buying. Sometimes I feel that way, like telling everyone how it is. And then I think of Nicolette, and I'm confused because there's this fleck of hope in the back of my throat choking me. hope for that little kid staring at his reflection in the empty car, hope for the cobblestones that aren't pavement yet, and with any luck may never be. And I think I'll say to them, don't worry, you'll get to your plane on time, you'll get a seat on the bench when you're tired, you'll get at the words to say you're sorry, no one dies during childbirth, you'll get another chance, there will be another, hope that the weather is just kidding, that your parents will remember you, and someone will remember you and pick you up and take you home, hope that we're all okay, and it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right, all right.